Hey everybody, it's me again, and I want to give you guys an update as to what class I decided on for the War Within. Just to be upfront, it's Outlaw Rogue. Some of you are absolutely confused right now. You're like, what are you doing? Have you not been watching any videos? Don't do this to yourself. I want you to know I've been playing it. I leveled it from like 60 to 70 recently on my namesake character that I originally started playing World of Warcraft with. My own sibling helped me name this character. So it's got quite a lot of history for me. On top of honestly, Outlaw Rogue doesn't feel all that bad. I don't know what everybody's on about. Maybe it's because I am returning to the game after taking a long break through other avenues such as Path of Exile or Season of Discovery. You name it, right? Like it's been a hot second since I've been in retail Azeroth. So maybe that's what I've got going for me is that I don't have any preconceived notions as to like what is Outlaw supposed to be? How does it compare to other things exactly? So there's some context for you, right? Now, let me talk to you about how I got here. At first, I was trying out some casters. I was considering a whole, smorgasbord of different characters. I was considering playing Hunter because I heard it got a big makeover. I was talking to some of my more experienced friends, like Sensei Slaughterhouse, and he recommended that I give a try to what's it called? Enhanced Shaman because apparently Enhanced Shaman is popping off right now and is also quite fast paced. I've had other friends from Season of Discovery recommend me Monk and certain healer specs because I've brought up that I might be interested in that at some point during this expansion. I don't know. I enjoyed Resto Shaman, but I'm not going to say that I like fell in love with it. I'd be interested to try other healers if the if the moonlight strikes me in the right way. Anyways, I'm digressing a little bit. So I tried out some casters, right? I'm absolutely terrible at it, is what I've come to the conclusion. As well as Druid is feeling a little stale right now. I haven't tested the specs. I have a couple of Druids at level 70, but that was because I was playing them during Dragonflight, not anytime recently, like in the recent patch or anything. So I don't know exactly how they feel. They could feel terrible, but I'm hearing that Feral parse-wise is feeling great, but I don't really care about parses. What I care about is the feel of the spec, and snapshotting never really felt that great to me. And often I felt like I was playing Feral because I had a way to show off through having the laser cat appearance. You know, the one that's like transparent and sparkly and stuff like that. Felt really cool having that as like something from the Mage Tower that wasn't possible anymore. And now that I'm kind of like free of those chains, since I think to my understanding the Mage Tower is like evergreen now, right? Like you can always go and do that. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but um, I feel free. I feel free of the chains of Feral after not having a completely exclusive appearance that honestly, it's like you used to play, right? And it's like people would comment on it and be like, "Wow, how did you get that?" And it's like, "Oh, you can't get it anymore." And they're like, "That's so cool." And that those little like moments like that are they're rare, right? I'm not gonna say it happened every time I logged in, but it was a reason as to why I chose Feral is the legacy of that appearance, I guess. Beyond that, for me personally, Feral thematically doesn't quite fit my like dream for it. I'm a cat, right? If I'm a Feral player, I'm a cat, and I want to feel like I'm doing cat-like things. I want to be like bouncing from target to target really quickly, showing off like I'm Tybalt from Romeo and Juliet, right? The Prince of Cats is how I should feel. I should feel like I'm ready to pounce, and I've got a variety of tools to like explore that fantasy. I guess that's really all I can give you for as to why I'm not choosing Feral up front. Probably gonna mess around with it just to see how it feels, but if it's anything like before, convoke, go burr, and snapshot those bleeds, and then chomp chomp. For Boomkin, I've always loved Boomkin ever since I think it was the start of Shadowlands when we were fighting. Oh God, what's the vampire guy? I'm blanking on the vampire boss's name, but really loved Boomkin for that boss. And afterwards, it kind of got thrown into a. It was too good. so they nerfed it a lot, and from there I realized that I was kind of chasing the meta rather than deeply in love with Boomkin. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I hate Boomkin, but for me, uh, I've been hearing a lot of bad information through the grapevine, through other people's like videos and so on and so forth. Um, the main thing that I've taken away from other people's content is that the builders are almost as strong as the spenders, and that is just a massive question mark for me, especially after also hearing that they pruned a lot of the more thematic spells. Um, Again, I'm not an expert, but while Druid did need some pruning, I would have hoped that it didn't come at the expense of the more flavorful abilities that did give an answer to why we have astral power and stuff. I don't know. Um, so some of the information surrounding Druid has swayed me away from that direction, and that convinced me to try out Outlaw Rogue. And so I did. I tried it out. Everyone was really dumpstering it, throwing it in the bin. And I think that was unnecessary because while leveling to 70, I probably don't have amazing gear. Let's ignore those out-of-date add-ons. Even though I update them every day, okay? It keeps telling me they're out of date. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. But yeah, I was messing around and things didn't feel quite great, mainly because I was getting frustrated due to having to redo all of my settings. For some reason, my graphics were all out of whack. Like foreground FPS was like to the moon. You name it. There was a lot of frustrations setting up Plater and trying to circumnavigate that absolute nightmare, you know, menu list of options that you can change with it. So I was getting grumpy, but once I got past all of that stuff, I had really come to understand the class a little bit better, especially when using some weak auras. Um, and I'm having a lot of fun on it. I don't know if this is just because I'm level 70 and I haven't bought the early access version, so I'm just waiting until tomorrow. I'll see you guys there. Log in. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't quite put my finger on it, but this feels way more fun than anything else I've tried so far. Here are the talents that I'm currently using. I really don't know if we need Thistletea. You might be able to spend that passive point somewhere else, but it's certainly useful whenever we do find ourselves without energy. Beyond that, we're just kind of following the procs. We're following the ambush procs. Sinister Strike leads into a pistol shot proc, which can fire up to like 5 times or something like that. It's crazy. I'll get like a full 7 combo points from just pressing a single button, and then I use a full combo point dispatch. It'll lower the cooldown of my roll of bones, but you got to make sure you've got a good one. It's a lot of fun in my opinion. I don't know what other people are talking about. My main gripe is killing spree is fine. I don't mind it thematically, but the camera should not follow the character. I get it, right? I think the biggest downside of Killing Spree is that your camera angle is being changed every single time you dash around. There needs to be some sort of a like thematic zoom out, and then that lets you watch it, and then you go back to where you were before. Because also the position of your character kind of like randomly changes. It says it teleports you to an enemy, but often after the killing spree is over, I'll be where I started casting it or in a completely different spot quite far away from the monster I targeted, either because it was dead or it moved. Not quite sure what is exactly to blame there, but there you go. That's Killing Spree in a nutshell. I think it's fine. Damage-wise, it's amazing. And the class is just fun. I don't know what else to tell you. Is it going to always be the best DPS? Probably not. I don't know if I am experiencing a weird thing. Apparently, if you're like level 70 and okay-ish geared and you're doing like dungeons right now, you will like always be top DPS. I'm not really crazy geared. Like I'm in a bunch of greens and blues, but I am level 70 and I don't have any talent points. So I have no idea what my talent points are going to be. Just so you know, I'm going into the expansion blind, and that's how I want it to be. especially because I didn't buy the early access thing. I'm trying to avoid as many spoilers as possible. And I'm just excited. I'm super excited. I'm on my original namesake character, getting ready for a new expansion on an off-meta class. You know, I'm prepared for a little bit of suffering. I don't know how much suffering I'm actually signing up for. I'm probably going to feel it the most once I'm trying to do Mythic Plus and trying to get into groups. People are going to be like, Outlaw Rogue, huh? Next! Yeah. I'm no stranger to it, right? Like I started playing in TBC. I'm familiar with how rogues get treated until the goings gets goods. I feel like I'm forgetting to talk to you guys about something. If you want me to link my talent tree, let me know. I'd be happy to do so. I just need to figure out how to do that. But here it is. This is what I'm using. I haven't decided on PvP talents yet, or even if this would be a good PvP spec. But I enjoy some PvP sometimes. That's it though. That's the update. Since I don't have any early access, I don't really have anything super exciting to talk to you guys about other than my most recent experience on Outlaw Rogue, which was an absolute grand time. If you're considering playing Outlaw Rogue and you're worried that everybody else is like dumpstering it and saying that it just doesn't feel good, it doesn't have anything new going for it, or the hero talents, blah, 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 my biggest advice to you is just check out. Not only, check out from the media machine, right? Like you don't have to always just take everybody's advice as like fact, right? Like you can go and try it for yourself, see whether you hold the same opinion. Because that's what it is at the end of the day. If somebody's telling you like something feels bad, that's their opinion. DPS is one thing. And if you're a mythic raider, you probably look at it in a different way. So there are different sides of the fence to sit on, definitely, but hopefully that paints a fuller picture for you. I'm not really super concerned about whether or not I'm going to become a world first raider as an outlaw rogue. I'm more concerned about whether I'm having fun with my core rotation, whether or not I am feeling like it's responsive, right? Whether I feel like I can perform. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a rogue player, tried and true. Uh, maybe some of my audience is like, Rogue again, huh? A nice choice. Solid. Had no idea it was coming. But, yeah. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. The War Within, from what I hear from, no spoilers, is it's really good so far. I'm hearing that a big investment was made for the budget of this expansion, and I hope it's true. Nothing else for you guys today. Peace out. Have fun. And see you next time.
Get bounced.